10 participants. Hello, am I audible? If you are listening to me, then type Y. Okay then, welcome to my class. I will wait for a few more minutes as I have given class time as 2:15 and now it's exactly 2:10, right? So let us wait for a few more minutes. Is it okay with you people? Or 3 minutes, sorry, 2:12 it is. Okay. Shrenik, Aditya, yes, good. 18 participants have joined. Let us see how many more will join. Should I put a message in WhatsApp? What do you say?
Sir,
Yes?
the notification system of this app is not so proper, sir. Better you put in WhatsApp ones.
You want me to put in WhatsApp?
Yes, sir. More will join.
Okay. I have already mentioned it yesterday in the WhatsApp. Anyways, I'm just going to retype it in the WhatsApp then. Where is your group? Hilary and regular science. I will start. Three minutes. Okay. So did you receive the message then? I have already posted it in the WhatsApp. Can I close the door? No, sir, no need. Thank you. Neha.
Yes, sir.
Yes, have you received the message, Neha?
Yes, sir.
Yes, hope all of you have received messages in the WhatsApp now. So, without making any delay, as it's already 2:14 now, I'm going to start 1 minute early. 30 have joined. Okay, so those who were present yesterday, let me recollect whatever we have done. We studied some things in the previous class, like what is the tragedy, isn't it? What is tragedy, and then what is romantic tragedy, what is Shakespeare, who is Shakespeare, and how many works he has written, what all things we need to study before, understand before studying the tragedy. All these things we had discussed in the previous class, right? So now tell me, what is tragedy as of previous class is concerned? Please tell me what is tragedy.
Fear.
Anything that ends with sadness.
Anything that ends with sadness is tragedy, right? Very good. Now, what is catharsis effect then? Catharsis effect. I had discussed it in the previous class. Any idea about catharsis effect? Anybody? Yes, what is catharsis effect? Yesterday, by the end of this class, I had discussed about these things, catharsis effect, right? The thing which creates pity and fear. If you are following my classes, if you do remember that what I speak in the last class, I told you people that catharsis is an emotional thing which creates a pity and fear among the audience, right? Hope you remember. Anybody? Can you recollect the things whatever we have done in the last class? Katharsis means what? Which creates pity and fear. Yes? Hope you remember. Please reply. Those who remember what is catharsis, type Y. Yes, Namana, yes, good. Okay, Neha, fine. Geeta, yes. Vijay Kumar, Smriti, Shrenik, right, good. Now, I had already told you people that there is a story of quarrel between two families. As of the present text is concerned, text of Romeo and Juliet is concerned, which is a drama. Hope you remember that in this drama we have got the story of a quarrel between two families. Though it's a love story of Romeo and Juliet, but still there are two families, right? Yes, Rohan, how can I help you? Don't put your roll numbers. Who asked you people to put your roll numbers here? Don't put your roll numbers. Rohan and Naveen Kambi, right? Don't put your roll numbers. I have not asked you people to put your roll numbers. Don't disturb. See, if you have got any doubts to ask, please use that chat box, right? Otherwise, it will be only one-way instruction. Whenever I ask you people to use it, use. If you have got doubts, then you can ask me with the help of this chat box, right? Unnecessary interruption is strictly prohibited. Well, I had told you people that there is a quarrel between two families, right? Families of Capulets and Montagues. Capulets and Montagues. Juliet belongs to which family? Use chat box. Juliet belongs to fast. Anybody? Yes, it is Capulets. Juliet belongs to Capulets. Capulets. Capulets, not Caplex. Roll number 39 and 38, and even Anusha have done some mistakes. Anyway, let us ignore them, right? It's Capulets. Capulet. Capulet family. Capulets, not the Capulet family. Okay. So Romeo belongs to Montagues, and I told you people that there was a quarrel in the city because the chef of Capulet's family and the chefs of Montague's family had a fight in between each other, which dragged all other people into that quarrel, all the people of the Verona into that quarrel, and thus the king had to interfere to stop this quarrel and pacify the fight. And then he had also called Capulet and requested to make an arrangement so that Capulet and the Juliet and his nephew, king's nephew, who is he? Can you remember his name? Yes, anybody? Name of the person who was supposed to meet Juliet in Capulet's party?
Paris.
Anybody? Paris, very good. Yes. So it was Paris. So the king, yes, very good. Vishwanath. Okay. So king said, let me have this marriage in between the Juliet and the Paris, and the Capulet accepted the offer. And he said, if my daughter accepts, only then the marriage will happen. And that is how Capulet had organized for a party. Now the thing is that you people leave some guests in the party, isn't it? You cannot have a party of your own, where only you, your father and mother, and your nearest relatives will be attending the party, right? If it is a party where the prince and his relatives are to be invited, then it must be a big party, and we need a lot of guests here. And that is how Juliet wrote a list of invitees to be invited for that party. And he handed it over to the newly appointed chef, the cook. And unfortunately, that cook is not well enough educated to read the scripts, and he goes on searching the address of the people to be invited for the party. And in that process, he dashes into the friends of Romeo and his friends. He dashes into that group. Now, what is Romeo doing? If you recollect properly, tell me, what is Romeo doing? You can unmute yourself and speak. What is Romeo doing by this time? All this time, what was Romeo doing?
Waiting in the garden.
He was in
Romeo
disguise.
waiting for
He was in, yes, he was in,
Disguise.
no, not disguise. No, he is not in disguise. I told you people that Romeo is lamenting, waiting for reply from Rosalind. Waiting for reply. Yes, Anusha, waiting for Rosalind. Rosalind's letters. Okay, Romeo has not received any letters from Rosalind because he has written a lot of love letters to Rosalind. He has proposed her, but Rosalind has not replied. That is why Romeo is waiting for the letters. He is lamenting a dukkha puru. Now, the hang about Pantandra, Bhagna Premi. ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಪತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಾನ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಜೂಲಿಯಟ್ ಅದು ಜೂಲಿಯಟ್ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೂ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾರಿ ರೋಸ್ಲಿನ್ ಬರ್ತಾನ ರೋಸ್ಲಿನ್ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ರೋಸ್ಲಿನ್ಸ್ ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಅಂಡ್ at this moment this person the cook of the Capulets family dashes into the friends of Romeo and he asked them he don't know that Romeo belongs to the rival family of Capulets. And that is how he asked Romeo and his friends to read out the list and guide him through the address. And there, at that moment, Romeo's friends decide to enter the house of Capulets in the disguise. Why? To make Romeo meet Rosalind. Remember this word, okay? To make Romeo meet Rosalind, these people plan to enter into the house of Capulets. But house of Capulets is very dangerous now because they are already bloodthirsty of Montagues, right? Bloodthirsty, right? So they want to kill them, Montagues. But Montagues have decided to enter into the house of Capulets just to meet Rosalind. Why? Because Romeo is disheartened, because Romeo is lamenting. Everything is set now. So that evening, when the Capulets family is enjoying, these people enter, Romeo and his friends, to see where is Rosalind, to talk with her and to have a better conversation, to have clarity about his love with Rosalind. And whether you call it a fortunate thing or unfortunate thing, in that party, Romeo meets Juliet. Romeo sees Juliet for the first time. As of now, Romeo is in love with Rosalind, but for the first time, he sees Juliet in the party. Okay, so when he looks at Juliet, what are his feelings? Love at first sight, what we call it as love at first sight. So here is the emotional representation of Romeo when he looks at Juliet for the first time. Hope you people have got a textbook with you. Are they available? Do you have textbooks with you, type Y?
No, sir.
Yes, Anurag? Yes, good. Namana, good. Okay, page number 2 in textbook. All of you, go to page number 2. Page number 2 in your textbook. And those who don't have textbook with you, after this class, download the text which will be available in the website, PU Board website, and you can read. Or you can just directly download these dialogues itself and you will read. Okay. So let me read the dialogues for you people and then I will try to explain it. So Romeo's dialogue, page number 2. How does it start? He is looking at the Juliet. in the party. Juliet is groomed up. Juliet is decorated, well decorated. She is beautified. Why? Because Juliet is supposed to meet whom in the party there? Juliet wants to meet whom?
Paris.
Yes, Vijay Kumar, can you speak loudly? Yes, Geeta Malali. Yes, good, good. Paris. Okay. So, Vijay Kumar, yes, good. So, Romeo is here to meet Rosalind and Juliet is in the party to meet Paris. And here, Romeo looks at Juliet for the first time and see how he expresses his emotions. Oh, she doth teaches the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon cheek of night as a ritual in an Ethiopia's ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crowds as yonder lady over her fellows shows. The measures done, I will watch her place of stand, and touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night. So these are the lines, right? Let us study them one by one now. How she doth teaches the torches to burn bright. What does that first line mean? Doth is Old English. In New English, we can take it as a does. She does teach the torches to burn bright. What does that mean? How beautiful is that lady? How bright is that lady? He says that Juliet's brightness, her color is brighter than a torch. Torch means what? Torch is nothing but a lamp, right? Hilal or DVT can tell you Kannada. Torch and having a long stick tied up with clothes, burning it, right? Those are called as torches, not the present torch what we have in our home, battery. That's not the thing, right? Torch means the light, the fire. Her body's color is brighter than the fire, he says. It is showing it. See, look at my brightness. I am so bright and you are so dull in front of me. That brightness she has got. Who has got? Juliet has got. And how it looks to him in that night of party, when Juliet is coming down from her stairs, he is looking at her. And how does he feel? He says, it seems she hangs upon the cheek of night. It looks like she is hanging upon the cheek of night. Hanging upon cheek of night. Night refers to sky. Night refers to darkness. And cheek means galla. Haudala? Nam galla. Katliya galla. Irulu. Katliya andre irulu. Irulina galla andra akasha. Cheek means sky here. And what do you find in the night sky? Anybody? What do you find in the night sky? Apart from moon?
Stars.
Yes?
Stars.
Stars, right? So for Romeo, Juliet is like a star in the sky, night sky. The brightness of Juliet is that he thinks that she is brightly shining in the sky like a star. And then further continues. Again, one more comparison is there. As a rich jewel, jewel means ornament, right? As a rich jewel in an Ethiopia's ear. Ethiopia's ear. Ear, what jewel you will use in your ear? Earrings, ear hangings, something like that, right? So, a rich jewel in an Ethiopia's ear. Ethiopia refers to the people or the lady who is from Ethiopia. First thing. Ethiopia refers to the lady who is from Ethiopia. Done. Clear? Now, Ethiopia is an African country. So, what will be the color of the people of Africa? Anybody?
Dark.
Dark or black, we can call it as. Yes, black or dark color. So, if that lady, the black colored lady, if that lady is wearing an earring made of diamond, then what will be more attractive, lady or the diamond ring? I asked a question to you people. If a black lady is wearing a diamond ring, then who will be more attractive? Diamond ring, very good. Yes, 38 and 39.
Diamond
Vinudha.
ring, sir.
Diamond ring, yes, Vaibhavi, good, good, good. Yes. So that diamond. So here Juliet is looking like a diamond, rich jewel, diamond. And then Juliet is also looking like a star in the sky. She is burning brighter. Her color, her body color is brighter than the fire. See how much she is attracted towards Juliet here, beauty of Juliet. Then comes the line, very important line it is. Beauty too rich to use for a 2 dear. So if you are textbook with you underline this one. Beauty too rich for use for a 2 dear. What does that mean? Beauty too rich for use means it is not for common people. ನಮ್ಮ ನಿಮ್ಮಂತವರು ಬಳಸಲಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. Beauty too rich for use. It is celestial. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಿಗಾಗಿ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂತದ್ದು. ಸ್ವರ್ಗದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Heavenly, celestial, not for earth. For earth, 2 dear. 2 dear refers to thing called as costly, right? 2 dear means costly, but here it doesn't mean costly. Take it for granted. 2 dear doesn't mean costly here. It means rare in this context. 2 dear means rare. 2 dear means divine in a way. Okay, not earthly, heavenly. ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರೋ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಂದ ಇದ್ದಾಳಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರು ಆಕಿನ ಮುಟ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಟ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಲಾಯಕ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಅರ್ತ್ 2 dear, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಟೂ ರಿಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ 2 dear. And then he further continues explanation of her beauty. He says, so shows a snowy dove trooping with crowds, as yonder lady over her fellows show. Now, what is this phrase here? This line, the couplets. What are they saying? When Juliet is wandering the party with her friends, right? Yonder ladies, friends of Juliet, and Juliet among the group of friends. When Romeo is looking at those people with Juliet and her friends, what he feels is that it looks like for him that a white pigeon is moving in a group of crows. ಕಾಗಿಗಳ ಗುಂಪಿನ ಮಧ್ಯದೊಳಗೆ ಬಿಳಿ ಪಾರಿವಾಳ ಅಡ್ಡಾಡಿದಂಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತೈತಂತೆ. What a kind of comparison, isn't it? Shows a snowy dove trooping with crowds, as yonder lady over her fellows should. The measure done. Measure here refers to dance, right? English European dance, one step forward, one step backward. Hope you remember that thing, the measure, right? So the measure is dance. Note down if you have got textbooks with you. The measure is done. I will watch her place of stand. So he wants to meet her now. The dance is over. She was dancing all around in the party. Now the dance is done. Everything is stopped. So he wants to meet her now. He wants to see where she is. I will watch her place of stand. I am touching hers. Make blessed my rude hands. I will see where she is standing and I will touch her. I will shake hands with her. I will talk with her. Why? Just by shaking hands with her, just by touching her, he says, make my rude hand blessed. He is rude. ಅವನ ಕೈಗಳು ಬಿರುಸು ಬಂದು ರೂಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿರುಸು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹಾರ್ಶ್, ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾನವ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ that thing, that rudeness will be reduced to softness. Blessed to softness, politeness, delicacy, something like that, right? So touching hers, make blessed my rude hands. Did my heart love till now? See, what is the question he is asking here? Did my heart love till now? For swear it sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night. Now let me ask you a question. Why is Romeo in this party? Why is Romeo in this party? What is he doing here? Why is Romeo in Caplet's house?
So to see Rosaline.
To read, yes. He is here to see Rosaline. And now what question is asking? Look at here. Look at this question. Did my heart love till now? Rosaline gone. Somewhere. Because he saw the true beauty, he says. Rosaline was not true beauty. For whom he was lamenting, for whom he was like a mad man walking all around the streets of Verona. Now that Rosaline is not a true beauty at all. Juliet is true beauty, he says. And he had never seen that true beauty till that night. That is how he never fall in love with anybody. And today he is looking at the true beauty and he is falling in love with Rosaline. For I never saw true beauty till this night. So that is how the ideas of Romeo go on, and he wants to meet Rosaline there. And they meet finally. But within that time, the nurse of this Juliet, she identifies these things happening here. She says something is not good here, something is mismatched here. And she literally carries Juliet into her room there. Okay, so that is how the party scene ends. I will continue further, but before that, let me take a break here. Please go through this part, and if you have got any doubts or difficulties, then ask me. I will be waiting for 2 minutes for you people. Okay, please go through this one. If you have got any doubts or difficulties, then ask me. You can use chat box, you can unmute yourselves. Everybody. Any doubts or difficulties, then ask me. I will be waiting.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
So what is the meaning of the word forswear?
Not
Forswear.
swear. Ani maduvudu. Swear. Swear means to have that promise, the process of making a promise. Ani maduvu. Teli mele kay itkondu heltara. Devrani, apnani, amnani anta heltara. For swear it. Sight. For what is he looking at that? He is swearing on that sight there. What is he looking at? Okay. Hope it's clear now.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Anything else? Anything else? Any doubts or difficulties? Okay, then if you don't have any difficulties, then type N in the chat box. Let me see how many of you don't have any difficulties, so that I can continue with the story. Now doubts or difficulties. Good. Everybody. Okay. So let me continue the story. I will not finish the whole teaching of the class today itself. I will come to the end, to the stage where we find Juliet's turn. Okay. So now remember what had happened. Juliet met Romeo, and Romeo met Juliet in the party. But Juliet's nurse is there. Juliet's nurse, who carries Juliet back into the room of hers, so that further proceedings may not happen in between Juliet and Rosalie. But the scene is shown now, the damage is done, you cannot repair it. Once Romeo saw Juliet, Juliet saw Romeo, they are in love with each other. Love at first sight. Fine. So now what happens? Juliet is lamenting, Juliet is weeping for departing that Romeo. And then Juliet enters the balcony of her house, okay, of her room. Her room has a balcony which opens into an orchard. Orange orchard is there. So she enters that balcony, looking at the sky, talking to somebody, says, why this thing has happened to me? For first time I saw somebody worth seeing. For first time I saw somebody whom I want to marry. and you poor fate, you had defeated me again, you have departed me from that soul. So she was doing that thing, talking with her own self, or talking with the celestial things there. But here what had happened, in the party, once Juliet is taken out, Juliet's cousin, his name is Tybalt. Tybalt knows that Romeo is here. He can smell his enemies. That's how it is written there. He can smell his enemies. So Tybalt knows that Romeo is in this house. Montagues are in the house of Capulets. So he rushes to the attic. Attic is the storeroom which is built at the top portion of the house. So he rushes to the attic. He draws his sword, and he brings that sword to kill Montagues who are in the house of Capulets. But old Capulet stops him. He says, "It is my house. It is my party. They are my guests. I don't want any bloodshed on the floors of my house." And even Montagues know that thing. Romeo and his friends come to know that these things are going to take a very violent turn, and they try to run away through the back door of the house, which is opening in the orchards, on which balcony the Juliet is standing there. And Romeo's all his friends, they escape, but Romeo is not ready to escape. He says, "I will once again go back into the house, and I will look at Juliet." And he stops there. Now Juliet is in the balcony, and Romeo is in the orchards of the balcony. Juliet is scolding because her love, for the first time she saw somebody versing, and that person is departed now. So that's why she is lamenting there, she is crying there. And he jumps out of the orchard. "My dear Juliet, don't worry, I am here. I am not somewhere else. I have not departed from you. I am still with you here." And then there takes the conversation. Then she asks, "What is your name?" You will find that famous dialogue. "What is there in thy name?" Right? That is from this particular scene. And then there is one more famous dialogue here. When Juliet recognizes that he is a Montague, when Juliet recognizes that Romeo is from the house of Montagues, Juliet's dialogue, see how beautiful it is. "My only love is from my only enemy." For whole family of Capulets, their only sole enemy is Montague's house. Now she says, "My only love, my first love is from my enemy's family." What to do now? But still, they express their love for each other. And then they decide that they cannot survive without each other, and they want to marry. Okay, so Romeo, after that particular scene, Romeo meets Fair Lawrence. Fair Lawrence is a man working in the church there. You know that in Christian religion, only church has got the authority to solemnize marriages, to approve marriages, and that is how Romeo meets Fair Lawrence, requests Fair Lawrence to arrange the marriage. He doesn't accept that thing. He is not ready to arrange marriage in between Romeo and Juliet. Why? Because he says, "You are doing a blunder here by marrying her. It is not possible because they belong to our enemy family." And all these things are happening, but still, Romeo somehow convinces Fair Lawrence, and on the coming Friday, on the next Friday, or something like that, Romeo and Juliet marry each other in the church in secrecy. It's a secret. And then Romeo is sent back to the house, because on that night Romeo and Juliet were supposed to escape from the house and to reach some other city, to go away from the city of Verona, to live in somewhere in tranquility, in peace. That is how it is done. And how to escape, where to go, everything will be planned by Romeo, and it will be sent later. That's how the plan was. But if everything goes on plan, then how can it be a tragedy, isn't it? So the person who is in between these two people, in between the Juliet and Romeo, who is the mediator here, the nurse is the mediator. So that nurse, she takes the letter of Romeo, which had the plan of their escape, and that letter was supposed to be delivered to Juliet. But in between, what happens? Juliet's cousin, Tybalt catches that letter. And he is very much angry. Unknowingly, Romeo has married Juliet in the church. That's a different thing. Now I will not allow him to live on this earth. That's how the Tybalt thinks. And Tybalt is that thirsty of Romeo. He draws his sword again and moves goes on searching for Romeo in the city of Verona. That thing is known by Romeo's friends, and they try to make Romeo run away from the city. Here the plans are going on. The thing is not known to Juliet. Juliet doesn't know that Tybalt knows the plan. That Tybalt is searching for Romeo to kill him. And even she does not know that Romeo is not in the Verona city at this moment. He has escaped from Verona. She is waiting for Romeo. As it was planned earlier, that Romeo was supposed to come at that night. Okay. So here at this point we come to see what are Juliet's ideas. Okay. So we will stop our class today. Already more than 40 minutes. Sorry, 36 minutes I have engaged the class. We will stop the class today and we will continue it in our next class. Right? Probably tomorrow I will be taking my next class. Any doubts as of now? Everybody? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay then. Fine? Good. So today there were 48 students, quite a good improvement it is. Yesterday there were only 20. So I am happy. By the end of this class, by the end of this lesson, we will have a short unit test which will be in Google Forms. Hope you people have attended the grammar test which was posted to you people on last Monday, it seems, Monday or Tuesday. Right? On the same thing, on the same platform, we will be having one more test, unit test, by the end of this class. Yes, anything else you want to ask me? And see, out of 120 students, 120 or something, only 48 are present today. I feel a little bit disappointed. Though it is a happy thing that from previous class it is a good improvement, but still I expected more of you people. And I am not going to repeat any of these classes on the offline mode. Okay, whatever is done on online, it's for done. It's forever. So please inform your friends to attend the classes. And I need more active participation from your side. It was a good participation today. I really enjoyed taking class to you people. You have responded very well. But I need more of you people to participate and ask doubts. Right? That is how we can have more interactive classes rather than boring chatters going on one-sided monotonous lectures. I don't believe in those things. I want you people to come up with your doubts, talk with me, ask and clarify your doubts there. Right? Okay then. Thank you. You can leave the group, those who don't have any doubts. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I will be waiting for 2 more minutes. Right? Thank you. Bye. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.